Hello all, Dwarven Mech Commando here, and I'm actually just getting into this new, not new, but a demo for a game that's been in development for a good number of years. I don't really know the exact details, but maybe back since 2010. And it's actually going to be releasing pretty soon. I don't know the exact date, but that's the news. So basically, Road to Vostok is a survival, first-person realistic, first-person shooter, and Road to Vostok is a hardcore single-player survival game set in a post-apocalyptic border zone between Finland and Russia. You survive, loot, plan, and prepare to cross the border into Vostok, a abandoned place, a permadeath zone where one mistake can end the entire game, so you would start over again, basically. So I'm gonna start off with a tutorial because that's recommended. Okay, so here we are in the training hall. Let's see, how's it? Well, right now my frames are pretty low. I gotta reset something really quick. So I have my things set to high here. I probably should turn off my multi-sampling. And for the tutorial, I guess we'll set it to medium for now. And see how it goes. Alright, so we'll have to stick with this. Starting here. Welcome to the public demo 2 version 2. The main goal of this demo is to test the initial gameplay loop, mechanics, and engine performance. This demo includes the possibility to try the loot progression, trading, permadeath, and saving and loading through the shelter system. Have fun testing. So we got a bunch of boards to go over here, but eventually I'll get to do some things. You can access this demo settings with the escape key. You can change multiple game parameters and default input settings through the UI. I've already done some key changes myself. Custom key bindings and other value within demo settings will be saved. If you are using a low-end hardware, try testing low rendering, lighting, and anti-aliasing modes. So I just did a few seconds ago, basically. Anyway, so there you go. Hit escape. And it takes you to a screen where usually most games have them in separate menus, but this demo seems to have everything all tied together in the same place. You got your controls here on the left that you can remap, and mine are quite a bit different than what the defaults are because I have certain comfort control settings. And then the music volume I had to turn down. I probably will turn it down just a teeny bit more, actually. It can kind of overbear the rest of the sound sometimes. And I have it set to dynamic, but you can change it to a couple different modes. I don't know what they all sound like, but dynamic, shelter, area 5, border, Vostok. And then the field of view I kind of boosted up a little bit. But anyway, for now I'm going to be playing. Sometimes I found that you can set it to a medium and then set it to high again, and it resets and runs better. It's because right now I'm actually running at 120 frames per second all of a sudden. So sometimes for the demo it seems like all you got to do is reset things and it starts working good again. Alright, so for interface 3, you can access the interface with the tab key. Interface contains main UI elements such as inventory, containers, stash, and equipment. So right now I have nothing, basically. So we got the crafting time, proximity to like a fire, a heat source, workbench, electric testing bench, and then here we've got our health, energy, hydration, mental state, and body temperature. And I guess this is how much weight we're carrying. if we're getting hungry, a hydration logo, bleeding, looks like a scratch mark. This looks like a broken bone thing, fracture, insanity, frostbite, hypothermia, and then what's this, a burn, if you got a burn. So these are all marks, I guess if they're like, you have something active, they turn red or something. Poisoning, radiation. So there is going to be a radiation. I'm starting to wonder what the whole zone is going to be like. I don't know if it's going to be too science fiction. And then we rupture, headshot. And then we've got all our equipment spots here and the empty inventory I have right now. I'm probably going to be going through all these things as I go through the different boards here, but let's just do a quick browse. So we've got crafting for different items here. Basically, I'll just scan through it really quick. And right now I have 0 of 10. I can only carry 10 kilograms, I guess, with my clothing that I'm wearing. But anyway, that'll change soon. If you want more info about an item, icon, or stats in the interface, you can use the hover tooltip, and that's basically what I was doing right there. Hover tooltips activate automatically when you point to an item or another UI element. So, number 4, loot and items. All objects that logically contain storage space are loot containers that can store items. Loot is generated to these containers, and items are also physically scattered to the environment's loot. You can open containers, pick items, and interact with middle mouse. You can find hotkeys for managing these items in the interface from the input settings. So right now I think I have it set to... You can open containers, pick items, interact with the middle mouse button. I have it set to enter, I think. The open, middle mouse button? Is that what they said? So I don't have it set to middle mouse button anymore. But I can open them and eat them, basically. That's going to give me a little bit of extra hydration, I think. So right there, that gave me plus 10 hydration and boosted my energy. So I was supposed to be 50% energy. So, item placement. Each item is a physical object that can be removed freely in the game world. When looking at an item, you can grab an item with the G, which activates the placement mode. When the placement mode is active, you can adjust the placement distance and rotation with scroll. You can switch between the distance with the right mouse button. That's basically what I set up. I think this might tell me what... basically what my control setup was. So if I click the G button now, there we go. So right now I have it set to move forward and back with the scroll button, and then I can click the right mouse button and then I'm rotating it, basically. So the whole point of this is when you're playing the game, you get this like attic area and you can basically place items however you want in there. So that's basically it. And then you can, or you can just grab one of these and put them in your inventory. So there we go. Up to 0.9 kilograms. Item 6, item actions. Some of these items can be used as they raise stats like characters, vitals. Items that can be used are, for example, consumables and medical items. You can use an item for the interface through the item actions with a right mouse. Using takes a certain amount of time, and you can check check this use time with the hover tooltip. So let's see, get some of these canned meats. I could basically grab them all, but let's see what. Use time is 4 seconds, basically. So we're gonna eat that. I mean, that felt more like 5 seconds, but close enough, I guess. Again, if I want to, I can grab it, bring it closer to me, rotate it around a little bit. Oh, and drop it to the floor. Medical, number 7. The medical system is based on the conditions that negatively affect the character's vitals. The conditions are presented as medical icons, and you can find them from the interface and HUD. When the medical icon turns red, the condition is active and needs to be cured by using a medical item. You can check the causes and symptoms of and cures for each medical condition with the hover tooltip. So basically just putting your... Well, you gotta have them in your inventory first. So I'll get a SOS kit here. Got a bandage, a tourniquet, some burn lotion, I guess, a splint, an IFAK, painkillers, antibiotics, cold medicine, and melatonin. I gotta say something really quick. I've played this a little bit, and it kind of reminds me of the mechanics or the gameplay style of the Long Dark game. I don't know if anybody's played the Long Dark game, but it's totally different than that, with a mix of another game that I've never played before, Escape from Tarkov, kind of, I guess. So it's like, I guess a combination between the Long Dark and Escape from Tarkov or something like that. But it also has elements inspired from things like Stalker, what else? You know, all those kind of similar survival type action shooters. I should look at these items before I move on. So here we go. I got this SOS kit. The weight is 0.8 kilograms. So basically it tells you what it cures right there at the bottom. And health is plus 50. This one, the bandage gives you health plus 20, and then like lesser things that it cures. Tourniquet, that's just basically to cure bleeding, I guess. And it doesn't do anything else. Lotion. Well, that's gonna obviously cure burns. Splint. So that's good for broken bones or sprains or whatever, I guess. The IFAK, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but okay, that's helps with a good number of things, and that's basically another health pack of sorts. Similar to that one, I would say. I think pretty much the same. Plus 50. Plus 50. This one's valued a little bit higher. So I don't know what makes them too much different. And then we've got painkillers. That cures your health a little bit. Antibiotics. Medicine. And melatonin. Okay, so got tooltips for all of that. Now on to equipment. Oh, this looks like the fun stuff. Equipment number 8 is the items that you character can carry. An equipment is linked to several important stats. Certain equipment increases your carry weight and changes the character's visual appearance. You can find equipment in the interface. You can activate equipment slots by moving compatible items to them, or by holding down the Alt and then selecting an item you want to equip. So if I want to do this, I guess I can hold down the Alt key and click that. Does that automatically have it on me now? No, obviously. I think through the inventory, you Alt click it. Yeah, Alt click basically. Right there. Is that true? So if I just put it back in my inventory and did a regular click, okay, so that's a regular click and it can move it around. And Alt click puts it in your back basically. And then let's get one of these fleeces. We got a couple different color fleeces here. I'll take this nice green one. Some hiking jeans. I think they're a little bit lighter than the other jeans. We got some combat boots. Kokuro, like a fanny belt or whatever. Fanny pack or whatever you call it. Leather gloves and a sauna hat. So it could basically equip that all now. Alright, there we go. I feel like I'm not naked anymore. Alright. I'm gonna leave the rest of that stuff there. Armor 9. Armor Systems is based on the NIG rated 2 to 4 helmets, ballistic plates, and bulletproof vests. Ballistic plates are inserted into the plate carrier and they can be removed through the item's actions. If a bullet hits an armor item, you will recognize the hit by the metallic impact sound. Next to this sign, you will find a chart related to the protection level for the bullet penetration. Before I do that, I probably should hydrate again because I got more stuff to do. I could probably just grab something from my inventory. Eat more of this stuff. Okay, that's better. Got chewy sounds. So what do we got here? Police helmet. And that's 3A. And they're all the same basically. I'll just grab one of those. And then we've got LVPC in 3 different colors basically. So like gray, or is that like olive drab? I don't know. And then you've got camo. That's more like gray. Camo and then winter camo. I'll grab that one. And then these are the armor plates. So 3+, you basically got 2, 3A, 3, 3+, and 4. I don't know what those all mean. Maybe I should just grab them all and see if I can get some tooltips off of them. So, condition 100%, so it basically tells you the condition. Legendary armor, rare armor, and 2 rare armors, and that's the rest. Yeah, so basically this one here is rare. Oh, they're all rare armor except for this one that's legendary. Interesting how that works. I'm gonna put that on. So I got my helmet on, and then we're gonna put, where's that other one? This, of course. And then you put the armor onto that. I think you can just drag and drop it like this. So I'll put the smallest one on. And there you go. And oh, when you put it back in the inventory, it stays in there. You can unequip it by saying right click and unequipping, or actually what I meant to do is you can also say unload. And then that takes it back out, and then you could put another one in basically. So there we go. That's basically how that works. All right. So let's take a look at this diagram. Okay, so Road to Vostok, armor system and protection level 1 through 5. NIJ 2 to 4 armor plates are ballistic and ballistic helmets. Number 1, hit to armor plate or ballistic helmet prevents damage. Number 2, armor plate prevents rupture, medical conditions. Number 3, ballistic helmets prevent headshot medical conditions. Number 4, when the armor condition is 0, you lose its protection. Number 5, higher level ammunition destroys armor immediately. So level 1 can take 3 to 4 shots of 9mm. Level 2, 3A can take 3 to 4 shots of .44 mags. Level 3 can take 3 to 4 shots of 5.56 times 44, 45. Level 4 can take 3 to 4 shots of 7.62, .39. And level 5 can take 1 to 2 shots of 5.56 M855s. Alright, so now on to the weapons. Oh, the best part. Weapons use a hybrid solution that combines procedural elements and keyframe animation. Weapons are equipment, and they use primary and secondary equipment slots. When the weapon equipment slot is active, you draw primary with 1 and secondary with 2. Once a weapon is drawn, you can holster it with the same key. Alright, so for this recording, I'm not gonna just go through every single one. Maybe someday I will. I don't know. I'm just gonna pick ones that I'm interested in right now. Kind of wanted to try the Mosin. Where is that thing? I think it's this one up here. And then I'll have to pick a pistol here. So we've got, let's see, the Makarov, the C1911, and the G17. This one's pretty nice. I'll try the C1911. And then right there, I'm putting that in my secondary is where the pistol goes, and the primary is your rifle, basically. If I so choose, I could just say place, and then scroll this back to the board here, basically like this, and it'll lock on. There you go, back on the board. And I could pick another one. Maybe I might choose another one just for fun, but for now, I'm gonna grab that Mosin. And put it back in my primary here. Ah, so weapon handling. To change the weapon's position, use the scroll key. So let's get my scroll key. So here we have raised and lowered. Scroll up, raise, scroll down, lowered. Now, I guess if you're like in a friendly situation and you don't want to threaten them, you kind of do that, I guess. I'm guessing that's how it's going to be in the game. You kind of do that. But, and then next up is standard aim, the right mouse button. There we go. That's what it looks like. And then the middle mouse is the cantered aim. So when you're in, you have to aim first. Wait a minute, hold on a second. You can't just go into cantered aim. So you have to hold the aim out button and then go aim first and then go to cantered aim. So like if I had a scope on there and I wanted to use the front sight, that's what a cantered aim is for. Canted. So like that, basically. If you're like in a close range fight, that's what you gotta do. If you're in a far range and you have your scope on, that's the better aim. Basically. Next up, inspect the weapon. So then you've got the inspect button. I got that on my mouse too. There you go. So now I can see it's at 100%. I'm not sure what that tooltip means there. 50 something. You could probably get that through the actual inventory menu. Let's see. What do those all mean? So anyway, those all have some significance. Well, that's the weight of it. 4 kilograms, I guess. 0.1 width. Oh, that's probably the height and width and everything. Measurements, some kind of measurements. Can't really understand those. Sure. Oh, there's a firing mode change too, so the firing mode change on this one is to open so I can start putting ammo in. So when I do that, I can close it. Right, so anyway, I just realized I don't have ammo yet, but I'm gonna finish reading this board anyway. So to fire required ammo, the left mouse button. Reload is, well, I have that set to my mouse 3. Bolt action. So we'll get back to this board eventually. Bolt action, weapon shot starts, and end. Cartridge insert is control. I think I have that set to alt. Insert cartridge requires ammo, left mouse button. Anyway, attachments. You can customize weapons by attaching items such as optics, suppressors to them. Adding and removing attachments is done dynamically by inspecting the weapon. Once the weapon is drawn, you can inspect with the X and insert attachments from the visible weapon UI. When inspecting a weapon, you can also rotate it and change perspective with the scroll key. So here we go. I'm pretty sure this is the one that's for the Mosin right up here. So. And let's see here. I think, let's see, what's the other gun I have here? Is the pistol is the C1911? I seem to remember one of this one might work for that. So that's the RMR. I'll just grab a couple of these and see what actually works with it. Even the silencers. For now, I probably pretty much grabbed everything off the board, but so basically what it is if I go to my pistol and I'll go to inspection mode. Doesn't look like anything can get equipped on this one. Now for this one, I can get the optics on here. So there it is. Or if I'm from the inventory, this says something about X. I can equip it that way, it looks like. Or did I just drop it? Nope, I just dropped it by hitting X, basically. So again, I'll put the optics back on there. And so now, there we go. So here's a good opportunity to show what the cantered's all about. So we have this on scope zoom right now. And now that's cantered. So now I'm aiming with the sight. Scope canted. Scope canted. So right there I'm on the 5 in the middle. It looks like it kind of shifts up a little bit when you go to the scope, so then you have to aim down again. It does move around, so you have to basically readjust for aiming when you do that too. Alright. I gotta get some ammo for these, don't I? The optics details. You can freely change the position of the optics by sliding them along the weapon rail. In addition to this, you can switch between different scope zoom levels, LP, VOs, and secondary optics. Rail movement. when inspecting high position aiming equals control plus scroll. Control plus scroll. Control plus scroll. I don't think it works with this rifle, to be honest. You can't really readjust this one. I think it's only meant to be set in a certain spot. So like in zoom levels when aiming with LPVOs, basically. Which doesn't work with this one, basically. Secondary optics, when secondary optics available, alt, so I don't have any secondary optics. So when inspecting high position aiming, I don't think any of these things work with this rifle, basically. I gotta drink something really quick, I'm getting thirsty. Let's see, I'll have another one of these. Okay, I might need to get more food really quick. I can maybe even eat more of these to get some hydration. This is just the tutorial after all. Be pretty stuffed right now eating all of that, probably. Alright, so for this... I think 919 is what for my pistol, basically, so I'll grab all of these. And then for the Mosin, what was that again? I think it's, let's see here. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Let's double check that. 762, so I think I got it right. Okay, so that key right there. And then with the left mouse button, so basically the shooting button, I'm loading the ammo into it. And there we go. I hit the dash key again to close it. Was I saying old before? It seemed to be in a different mode. And when, I guess with the scope on, it works differently. So anyway, I'm using the dash key now from my own custom controls. But it's fully loaded now. And I can do some kind of, let's see, how far back should I go? Does it really matter? Probably too far back by now. Let's go all the way back behind this and see how it works out. Alright, let's see here. And then, oh, you have to keep reloading for each shot too, for this gun, basically. Alright. So let's see if my shots are visible still. Not quite, I guess they disappeared. Okay, so let's do a 5. Let's see how close it gets to the middle there. Right about. Okay, that was okay, I guess. And then I have to reload again. I ran out of ammo, so I gotta load up again, basically. Okay, there we go. So then I can do one like that, and then I'll go to canted mode, and I'll do another one close to the same area. Oh, I gotta reload, of course. So how did that do? That looked like it shot a little bit higher. It didn't even show up. It doesn't seem like the bullet decals show up for the canted aim. Oh wait, there it is. So it's not as accurate. It definitely throws off the aim a bit when you do it that way. So if I'm aiming down here, it goes up a little bit to the top right there. And I ran out of ammo again. Let's try that again. So if I aim for the middle there, it's top right. So if I wanted to aim for the middle, I'd have to aim down lower like this. Oh, close enough. Let's try it with another target. So if I was right there, that was pretty close. Okay, if I wanted to hit the head, I'd have to like aim to the left shoulder here, I think. Like right around there, maybe? That's a pretty close headshot, I'd say. So yeah, you gotta think about canted aim and everything. Again. That was pretty good headshot with the scope though. So anyway, now onto the pistol, I guess. See how this thing does. This thing I think fires a ton of run. Let's see how much. 8 rounds. Oh, I thought this was the one that did more than 8 rounds, but anyway, there's a cannon aim for this one too. So yeah, I don't know how helpful a cannon aim is for a pistol, but let's see. I gotta reload it first. Where's my ammo? I don't think I got the right ammo for it. Alright, let's try that again. Cannon aim. So basically right there is pretty close to center. But you can see it kind of varies. Gonna try that again. So like right about there. Alright, there you go. Now with an actual aim down the sight, see how that goes. So if I kept firing, it goes higher and higher. Recoil. Do like a slower aim shot. So that all stayed pretty well centered, actually. 1 to 2 seconds between shots is a little more stable. Oh, we got knives here. Knives are melee equipment, and they use equipment slots. When a knife equipment slot is active, you can draw and sheathe the knife with the 3. Let's see, I'm gonna use the biggest one, I guess. Why not? The Skrama 240. Let's see, maybe one of the smaller ones too. And the Jaeger 140? Let's see, we could probably do some throwing too. So, there we go, I've got it equipped. And they were saying left mouse button is a slash, so that's a slash. Right mouse button, stab. And it looks like they do different animation stuff, is pretty cool. And a throw, prepare with the middle mouse button and then throw with the left mouse button. Let's see here. I think I can throw it at one of these. And what do you use, your index, your left pointer finger to kind of aim, I guess, like that. So let's see how well I do. Oh, that was horrible. Is it still there? I think I lost it. Okay, that sucked. I'm gonna equip the other one now. Let's try that again. Aiming with the left pointer, I guess? I don't know how this is gonna work. Oh, I got a little... There we go. It didn't even hit him. Kind of like scratched him a little bit. Can I get that back? I'll try it one more time. I guess this time closer just for observation. And let's try another throw. Like right about there, I guess. Oh, right in the nuts. Oh. Okay. Oh, I forgot about the tilt. Whoops. Getting myself all disoriented here. So I gotta equip it again. So slashing. There you go. And stabbing. Stabbing looks like it's a little more accurate. It all goes towards the same spot. Slashing is a little more out of whack, I think. Okay, maybe not. Oh yeah, it is. Slashing is a little more random. Okay, that was a good centered shot. Anyway, before I get dehydrated here, what else should we do? Crafting. Crafting is based on a recipe and combining items that you can find. Crafting UI, available crafting recipes in the interface. Some recipes have proximity requirements to certain elements, such as heat source or workbench. Proximity is described by the fire and anvil icon, and it looks like electronics on the right there, and they turn green when you are close to the elements. Okay, so I guess I'll see that once I have something put together. Let's cook. Crafting training. Your goal is to complete a crafting recipe, cooking pea soup. The recipe has a proximity requirement, and you need to heat a heat source for recipes to become available. Start by crafting a recipe in improvised cooking station. You can use this as your temporary heat source. When your cooking station is ready, place it on the table and cook some pea soup. Do I have any left over? Oh, there's some right there, actually. So let's get this going here. Grab this. The battery. Cables. Oh, I ran out of room. I gotta toss some stuff out of my inventory here a second. We don't need toilet paper, I don't think. Okay, so the battery cables, inverter, the mess kit. I gotta empty 2 more spots here. Okay, goodbye silencers. Alright, so from there I can go into my crafting. I think it's under this one. No. There we are. So what does that icon mean? Improvised cooking stations. Show. So if I have them in my inventory, I can basically... it should... I think they turn green or something like... I think when I'm in game, I actually can... You click on them to activate them to the left here. But it works a little bit differently this time, so I'm just going to combine everything. Oh, you say combine, and then you click on the items. Okay. Yeah, so I was right. And the inverter, where is that thing? Okay, so then we're going to craft it. I don't think there's any animations for this. This is the stuff here that kind of reminds me of the Long Dark survival game a little bit. Doing stuff like this. Alright, so we got our cooking station here. And I can place it right on... Oh, don't want to equip my gun at the same time. So we could just place it right on the surface of the table here. There we go. Oh, I really need to drink something though. Oh wait, I didn't mean to do that. And then with this thing, I think. When the cooking station is ready, place it on the table and cook pea soup recipe will become available. So then we go here and we'll say cook pea soup. Oh, there it is. So when you're in the inventory, it shows the icons here. So if I was farther away, I guess it doesn't show it. Yeah, that's basically how it works. And then I'll cook that pea soup. Get it going before I get thirsty here. So I've got my mess kit and my pea soup can and crafting. I can literally watch that actually. That's pretty cool. There we go. It must be ready by now. I need that right away. Let's see, my hydration is horrible right now. And that got me up to 50% at least. Maybe I can find one more. Okay, I pretty much used them all, so I can't make any more, I guess. But there we go. Next up, traders. Traders are in-game characters that allow you to trade items and equipment. These trading systems based on the utility of the items in the game does not use money at all. Your goal is to try to make the deal that is balanced as possible between the requested offers items. You can start trading through the interface when you interact with the traders. So let's see here. So if I wanted more pea soup, that's going to be 2 of them for 240. I'll give him some of these silencers maybe. Oh, I think that's quite a ripoff. He'd be getting the deal from that one. So you gotta think about that stuff. I could trade it for some meat maybe. And maybe one of the see, any of those silencers are pretty expensive. Like, you wouldn't want to just that's pretty close, but not quite. The tourniquet is even cheaper. I don't think I would want to do that. Cold medicine, melatonin. Oh, if I just had some toilet paper to sell, that was probably like 40 something, I would think. We'll just do that. So I'm trading that for 2 pea soups. Alright, cool. So there we go. I'm just gonna cook those up and hydrate myself a little bit more here. Alright, cool. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm well hydrated now, and we're moving on to tasks now. The demo contains many placeholders, tasks to test your initial task system. Tasks are performed through the traders, and tasks are divided into different levels based on difficulty. When you complete all tasks of a certain level, you unlock the next level, so reducing the trader's tax. That's nice. Trader's tax is directly linked to the value of all supply items. The lower the tax, the cheaper the item. So that's a beneficial thing. Can I see that? So if I got him some toilet paper and jeans, I could, let's see if here, if I got, yeah, I'll get jeans for toilet paper, basically. Let's see. That's a pretty good deal. You give them toilet paper, you get a pair of jeans. I'd say that's a pretty good deal then. So, tasks. Start delivery. And then we got that toilet paper. Complete. And there we go, I got some jeans. So I don't have any coffee or crackers I can get from here, I don't think. Or any of these other items. But that's basically it for that. And you complete all of those and they lower your tax, basically. Generalist, trader. Next up. What's up with it? So you can do the same with this guy, except he has medical supplies, basically. And that would be your weapons and other supply trader right there. Now, for 18, AI. The demo uses AI spawner that spawns a maximum of 10 AIs per map instance. AI is based on horizontal difficulty. The more east Vostok you go, the harder the AI becomes. These are 3 categories of AI in the game, the world. The bandits, to the left here, easy, area 5. The guards, medium, on the border zone, and the military on the right there are hard in the Vostok area. Now, for map and transitions, the game world is divided into 3 areas called Area 5, Border Zone, and Vostok. The demo contains 5 maps, and you can move between these maps transitions. Transitions inside the map look like this: village and shipyard. So basically you have that thing over there that says I can go right back to the main menu. Now, for number 20, shelters. Shelters are safe areas that allow you to save your progress and loot. This demo includes only a shelter called the Attic, and you spawn there when you start a new game. If you die in the map, you lose your current equipment and inventory items. Everything you leave in the shelter remains saved, as you can respawn there even if you die. But importantly, number 21 of Vostok is a high risk and high reward area, with this results in the loss of any progress, all progress. Vostok maps are permadeath maps with the skull icon. If you die in them, you also lose all your sheltered related save files. When you enter the Vostok map, a red permadeath skull icon will appear in the upper corner of the screen. When the red skull icon is visible, and if you die, you lose everything. Number 22, water and swimming. Some maps contain areas of water that require swimming. When you go near water or fall into it, you can activate swim mode in the middle mouse. When you are in the water, UI elements appear in the HUD that tell you about the oxygen level. When you want to leave the water, deactivate swim mode, and then you can move normally again. We don't have anything around here to test that with. Now, feedback 23. This demo still has a lot of unfinished features and things that are placeholders. However, all feedback is really important and help in this project moves forward. And actually, just a few days ago, I joined the Discord, kind of following there, seeing how the progress is and seeing if there's any updates of when this is actually going to get released. So, and if you want to give feedback, you can use social media or separate feedback form through the Road of Vostok website. So there it is at the bottom. And then finally, the end of the tutorial. When you're done, you can return back to the main menu through the demo settings with escape. You can also end the tutorial by using transitions that say main menu. Thanks for your patience with the tutorial and good luck with the survival. I'm kind of wanting to try out a few more weapons before I leave this tutorial, honestly. Like a shotgun, maybe? Or an assault rifle? How about the AKS-7 for you? Where is that thing? I just put it in my inventory. There it is. Okay, there's through that nice moss into the ground, sorry. So I need to get some ammo for this thing. Oh, and I got a number of scopes I can attach to this thing. Does it really matter? I'm not too up to par on what every scope is like. I'll just use this one, I guess. How about this one? There we go. So there we go. And that's got a nice red dot thing there, so then I can go to canter mode and aim with the sight, or kind of like go with the sight there. And then the ammo for this one. .545-39 ammo. I know that from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. I've used one of these in S.T.A.L.K.E.R, I think. This stuff right here. Alright, time to fire this baby. Now I wonder also if crouch mode helps with accuracy. I think I can change fire modes. Let's see here. If I go to this mode, is there a way to change fire mode on this? Yes. I can't see where the switch is when I'm doing that, but it's gotta be now. Yeah, so automatic. Switch it again. Single fire. Automatic. Single fire. Okay. And then let's try it again. Cantered mode. I don't even know what I'm hitting there. Oh man. There it is. See, this is the mode you want to use when you're, like, maybe about this far away. Like, going around the corner of a building or something, and they're, like, that far away. But most of the time, probably want to use a scope. Now, let's see, how about a shotgun? We're gonna use this RM-870. Alright. I keep going into tilt mode here. I gotta get used to my tilt controls again. So the RM-870 uses 12 gauge caliber. I think these ones? I think this is another one where I have to go into, yeah, there we go. So I'm loading again with the fire button. And I had my slash button set to, that's when you want to load it. Now, is there a canter mode on this? Like, basically all the guns have a canter mode, I guess. Oh, you gotta reload for every shot. I might want to move my reload button. I'm feeling that on my mouse right now and I don't like it, so I might switch my reload button. Okay, so there we go, shotgun action. Oh, I remember I tried this one time, the Swimi, or however you pronounce it, and it, like, basically is so heavy. I think it over-encumbered me. Oh wait, I don't know what happened. I think, oh, I was thirsty. Never mind. I'm thinking about something else that happened. So this gun here uses 919 ammo. Okay, let's see. I think I have that in my inventory already. There we go. Now I wonder, does this thing have any other attachments that I can use? Doesn't look like it. But we'll give that... Oh, firing mode. So, firing mode. That's automatic. Okay. And then single fire. Alright, seems like it did pretty good. Canted mode. So like that. I'm guessing just aiming like that. Down around here. A little bit higher. Switch the fire to automatic. Let's see how that does. Alright, so anyway, I think that's a pretty good run of the demo right now. Pretty much covered everything. I know what they were saying, like there's other more important things to learn about after the weapons. I mean, crafting, it's pretty straightforward. Traders, tasks, AI. Well, I guess basically you should go over all the tutorials because there's always things to be missed. Anyway, you also have the tilt left and the tilt right. There's not really arena map in here where you're supposed to go around and test like your firing and everything other than just shooting at targets. But I mean, when you're doing this in canted mode, so basically if you were like walking around the left side of the building in canted mode like this, tilting this way, or then you go maybe to the right of the building, that might be in non-canted mode. So yeah, if you're going around the right of a building, I would go into probably a regular aim mode. And then left of the building, canted mode. I don't know, something like that. But there's a lot of different control options. It's a pretty cool game. I like how you can inspect the weapons and everything. But off to the main menu, and I'm going to get ready to play a game pretty soon. There you have it, the Road to Vostok tutorial. I hope you all enjoyed watching.